Okay, so I audited a smoothie, a $6 mango-turmeric smoothie, because the receipt had a footnote on a smoothie. It said, and subsidiaries. Subsidiaries of what? It's a fruit cup with a straw. I need to know who I've been financing.
Capy has been buying smoothies here for 2 years. Capy assumed it was a smoothie stand. Capy is about to learn several things. He remains unbothered.
A humble roadside stand, a chalkboard menu, a tip jar shaped like a pineapple, and per public filings, a controlling stake in the regional ferry authority. Wait. I pulled the corporate registry. The smoothie stand is the parent company.
A parent company. Capy just wanted a mango-turmeric. Everyone else is discovering a corporate structure. Capy is discovering he's thirsty. These are Capy notes, 2 very different mornings unfolding at the same counter.
The parent company owns Riverbend Ferries. The ferries own the docks. The docks own the road to the docks. It's a fruit stand with a ferry monopoly. I ride that ferry. I paid $4 for that ferry. $4.
Turns out I paid it to the same blender that made my breakfast. Capy is beginning to see a pattern. Capy is not alarmed by the pattern. Capy just wants to know if the pattern comes with a stamp card.
I called the ferry office to complain about the fare, and a recorded voice said, "For smoothie-related inquiries, press 1. I pressed 1. It was the same phone, the same hold music. The ferry is the smoothie. Do you understand what that means?
So the ferry is the smoothie, and the smoothie is the ferry. Capy paid the same counter twice and got a snack and a boat ride. That is either a monopoly or excellent customer service. Capy chooses not to investigate which.
There's a hydroelectric dam. 2 dams. The smoothie stand owns 2 dams. A place that gives you a free stamp card owns enough concrete to reroute a river. I have modelled a lot of things. I have never modelled a smoothie with dams.
Whose loyalty card? Mine. Capy has 9 stamps. 1 more and Capy gets a free dam, apparently. Everyone is discovering an empire. Capy is discovering he is close to a reward. These are not the same discovery.
I ran the debt to income on the smoothie stand, and I need to lie down. There is no debt. There is no income. There is only smoothie, flowing outward like a delta, funding everything, owing nothing. My ratios don't have a column for that.
No debt, no income, only smoothie. Capy will note that this is the healthiest balance sheet Capy has ever heard described. It has no numbers on it at all. Ollie needs a column. Capy needs a straw, different problems. A helicopter. There is a helicopter. It is painted like a strawberry. It is registered to Blend Holdings LLC. It does supply runs for fruit by AIR. This is a smoothie stand with an Air Force parked behind a chalkboard that says, "Be kind."
The chalkboard said, "Smoothie of the day, dragon fruit." The chalkboard did not say, "We own the sky." I trade fast. I trade all day. And this fruit cart is out-diversified everyone I've ever met. It's holding ferries, dams, and aviation. I'm sweating.
A strawberry helicopter delivering fruit by air. Capy notes that the smoothie now has better logistics than most nations. Baxter is sweating about the diversification. Capy is mildly curious whether the helicopter offers a window seat. Priorities again differ.
I audited their subscriptions to find a weakness. They have 1 recurring charge. It renews the regional government, the town council, the DMV, the little office that issues my parking permit. All of it, a monthly auto-renewal, billed to the pineapple tip jar.
So the government is a monthly auto-renewal. Capy will note that most empires collapse from someone forgetting to pay. This one collapses if someone remembers to cancel. Bold structure. Capy respects the confidence of it.
I tried to cancel it. I cancel everything. Free trials, gym memberships, magazine renewals. I have never met a subscription I couldn't kill. I clicked cancel. It said, "You cannot cancel your own government." I felt that in my spine.
You cannot cancel your own government. Nadia has cancelled 1,000 free trials without a flicker. This is the one that reached her spine. Capy finds it beautiful. Somewhere, a government renews. Immortal, protected by a woman's professional despair.
Let me get this straight. A smoothie stand owns the ferries, the docks, the road, 2 dams, the river, a strawberry helicopter, and the actual regional government. And it's still charging $6 for a smoothie. That's the part that breaks me. The margins on this thing. I have spent my whole career 3 PowerPoint slides from saving a company and a kiosk with a blender quietly built a vertically integrated superstate. And nobody made a deck. Where is the deck?
Gerald wants a deck. The Empire never made a deck. That may be the entire secret, Gerald. Capy has watched empires die of too many decks. This one has a chalkboard and 9 flavors. Sometimes less slides, more smoothie.
I traced the ownership deeper. It nests. The stand owns the ferries own a trust, the trust owns the dams own a foundation, and the foundation, I checked twice, owns the smoothie stand. It owns itself. It's a perfect loop.
It owns itself. Capy admires the independence. No investors, no board to please, no one to disappoint but a blender. Percival calls it a perfect loop. Capy calls it the only relationship he's ever heard of that owes absolutely nobody anything.
A company that owns itself has no ceiling, no exit, no IPO, nothing to short. I have spent my life betting money moves, and this thing just loops, blending forever, needing nobody. How do you profit off a snake eating its own smoothie?
Everyone panicked. Everyone pulled records. Everyone discovered the empire, the dams, the ferries, the river, the sky, the government. Capy discovered his loyalty card was nearly full. 2 entirely different documentaries were being filmed at the same stand. Priorities differ.
I demand a shareholder meeting. I demand to speak to the CEO of the Smoothie Ferry Dam helicopter government. I demand transparency, accountability, and possibly a refund on 2 years of ferry fares. Somebody built Rome out of a blender and didn't invite me.
Gerald demands a shareholder meeting. Capy would attend, but Capy does not have the flavor of the day memorized past Thursday. There is no CEO, Gerald. There is a chalkboard and a routine. The meeting is at 7. Bring $6.
Who's in charge here? Who signs? Who runs a river, a fleet, and a DMV from a cart that also does a smoothie of the day? I need a name. I need an address. I need a person whose debt to income I can finally calculate.
They want a name. They want the mastermind. This is the part of the documentary where dramatic music plays and someone finds a photograph. Capy will let them have their moment. Capy already suspects how this ends. Capy is not going to enjoy being right.
So I found the org chart. It's 1 page, 1 box. At the top it just says, the guy who's here every morning at 7 and orders the same thing and never asks questions. There's a photo taped under it. I know that face.
It's the calm one, the one who never trades, the one who just sits there with the smoothie. Every morning, 7 a.m., same order. Never a question. I have been networking my whole life, and the top of the org chart is a guy who naps.
Yes, this is really happening. No, Capy doesn't care either. It appears the Empire needed someone who'd show up daily, pay full price, and never audit anything. Capy fit the profile. Capy was, technically, the customer they were built around.
You're a keystone. You're load-bearing. I mapped it. The dams, the ferries, the government, all of it balanced on you buying 1 mango-turmeric at 7 a.m. It's the cleanest structure I've ever seen. It never needed a spreadsheet. It just needed you.
Load-bearing. Capy has been called many things. Never load-bearing infrastructure. Capy will note he did none of this on purpose. Capy simply enjoys mango-turmeric. Apparently, that is now the foundation of a regional government. Neat.
Do you comprehend the liability here? If you stop, it collapses. No smoothie, no 7 a.m., no keystone. The ferries strand, the dams question their purpose, the government forgets to renew itself. You are one missed breakfast from regional anarchy.
Capy considered this. Capy weighed the fate of the ferries, the dams, and the entire regional government. Then Capy ordered a smoothie. Some men are asked to carry an empire. Capy prefers to carry a smoothie. Same weight. Better flavor. The strawberry helicopter did a loyal little dip over the stand. The ferries ran on time. The dams held their water like polite guests. Somewhere, a monthly government charge renewed successfully, quietly, without applause. And a capybara got his 10th stamp.
The reward for the 10th stamp was not a free smoothie. I saw the paperwork. It was a majority board seat. A controlling interest in a regional government handed over a counter next to a napkin dispenser. I don't know how to file this.
10th stamp. Ollie doesn't know how to file it. Capy does not intend to file it at all. The reward was a majority board seat over an entire government. Capy would have preferred a free smoothie. Capy will adjust his expectations accordingly.
I watched him accept controlling interest in a regional government with the exact expression of a man being handed a napkin. He didn't even read it. He didn't read the napkin. I have read every prospectus twice. He read nothing and inherited everything.
It was a napkin. Capy read it like a napkin. Capy will keep it near the smoothie in case of a spill. Percival read every prospectus twice and inherited nothing. Capy read a napkin once and inherited a government. Reading is overrated.
The move was to do nothing. All this time. I churned. I panicked. I refreshed. He just showed up, bought a smoothie. Held. The greatest position of all time was a guy holding a straw and not asking a single question.
Baxter finally sees it. The move was to hold. Capy held for 2 years without knowing he was holding anything. That is the purest form of patience, accidental. Capy wasn't disciplined. Capy was just thirsty at the same time every day.
I built decks. I ran all hands. I titled a meeting, Right-Sizing Our Talent Footprint. And the winning strategy was a beverage and a routine. I've been optimizing the wrong thing my entire life. Nobody puts consistency on a slide. Maybe they should.
I finally understand the auto-renewal. It's not a trap. It's a rhythm. The government renews because he shows up. Everything renews because he shows up. For once, I don't want to cancel anything. I want to leave it exactly, beautifully as it is.
He's still got a footnote on his receipt. And subsidiaries. It sits there, small and patient, under every order. Ferries, dams, a strawberry helicopter, a whole regional government folded into 3 tiny words. Capy sets his smoothie down on top of it.
So, are you gonna run it? The ferries, the dams, the whole hidden empire that's apparently been resting on your shoulders this entire time? Do you have a plan? A vision? A 5-year roadmap? Please tell me there's at least one form to fill out.
Capy has a plan. Capy is going to keep coming at 7. Capy is going to keep ordering the same thing. The empire runs fine when nobody panics. The trick was never owning it. The trick was never checking. Capy is very good at never checking.
You know what? I'm keeping one box. Just one. Not synergy, not verticals, just smoothie. If the whole regional government is standing on one calm guy's breakfast routine, then maybe my next deck is 1 slide long. And maybe that's my best deck ever.
And so the ferries run, the dams hold, the helicopter flies its fruit. The government renews itself on a Tuesday and tells no one. All of it balanced, impossibly, on one unbothered animal ordering a mango-turmeric at 7. The kingdom asks nothing but attendance. This is where a finance channel would tell you the secret to building an empire. Capy owns a ferry company and a government and does not care. He plans to never read that footnote again. That's the whole documentary. Capy has stamps to collect.